Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and today we're gonna laugh at people. Okay, we're gonna laugh at some really stupid individuals. Not every day do I get to be so right that I feel vindicted. This isn't something that I should even be feeling right about. Obviously, you've read the title of the video. Every NFT is worthless. Almost every NFT. Recently, it's been reported that like 95% of NFTs that are out on the market are being held, are not sold, are not being sold, and the entire market has basically collapsed so bad that the worth of these NFTs are nothing. Basically nothing, all right? If you look at the marketplace, 99% losses are kind of the average, right? And I'll be real, I don't understand why anybody's shocked about this, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, NFTs are useless. They have been useless. The utility has been dumb. So again, let's start off with what NFTs are. For anybody that's missed the last 2-3 years of the crypto boom, NFTs are effectively receipts you buy that prove your ownership of a digital asset on the blockchain, okay? So all those funky monkey pictures you saw online, the bored apes, the mutant apes, whatever, all of those images that you could just right-click save as, some dumbass, literal dumbass, would buy a receipt of that and say, I own that picture, okay? So now they own that mutant ape, that bored ape, that crypto punk, whatever, okay? They own that ugly-looking digital asset. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering what prompts somebody to buy an asset for thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Logan Paul, all right, famously bought an On One Force NFT for $600,000, okay? An insane amount. You could buy a house for that amount somewhere, an actual tangible asset. That NFT is worth like less than $100, okay? Now you might be like, wow, how could that happen? Ladies and gentlemen, when you're buying assets and tangible properties, you're buying them with the express purpose of their value. Where does their value come from? Actual scarcity. Digital assets, while yes, you can create scarcity to them, they also have to have some applicable use to it, right? Like if you buy a house, if you buy a piece of property, digital assets can always be minted. New land does not get minted, okay? God does not make new land out of nowhere, okay? And don't bring up tectonic plates to me. Let's not get technical. If you buy a $30 million house, okay, somewhere in like Texas, Los Angeles or something, right? You're buying that $30 million house because everything around it is rare. That's a prime piece of property. That is something you own. That is something that belongs to you, all right? As long as you're paying property taxes, but that's a whole different thing to get down into. You own that actual piece of land. You own the house on that land. You can live on that land. That land has utility. There are people out there that are willing to buy that land and that house from you. Same thing if you buy a business, if you buy like an actual vehicle, a rare vehicle, something that you can drive around, something that has utility. What utility does a picture, an NFT, have? The answer is not that much. So for the last 3 years, the utility question was constantly being, figured out. For a while, you could go on Twitter. You still can buy Twitter Blue and use NFTs as your profile picture. Is that worth spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a stupid monkey image for? Probably not. Facebook had the metaverse craze for a little while when they tanked their fucking stock. They had to completely go back to being a social media company. But for a while, people thought maybe I can bring my NFTs into a virtual mansion, which is about one of the most depressing thoughts that I could ever imagine. Imagine for a minute, you bought a virtual mansion in the metaverse, right? Like you're living in a virtual mansion and you're putting up your virtual fucking NFT, your NFT on the wall in your virtual mansion. But you're still living in a crack house in reality. You imagine how depressing that is. I live in a cardboard box with a stupid helmet on, but at least I'm looking at the mansion around me. That is where you're putting your money into. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an old quote, a fool parts with their money. This is exactly what they're talking about. So obviously, living virtually in the mansions wasn't really happening. That project failed. Profile pictures weren't worth it. There were a few gamers who were telling me, but Muda, what about the skins you buy in Call of Duty? What if you could bring those into Rainbow Six Siege? Well, hey, Einstein, do you know anything about 3D game engines and assets? Just because you make one gun skin in Modern Warfare doesn't mean that because of blockchain magic technology, that it's somehow suddenly going to rig effectively onto the game engine that powers Rainbow Six Siege. Uh, Again, if it was that easy, companies would be doing this. You think that scumbag Activision, is okay with you owning your skins from Warzone and then bringing it into Warzone 2? Bro, if they could make you buy the same exact skin again, why the fuck wouldn't they? That's the whole point of their company. In fact, expecting companies to give you value, to work with each other to give you value, is about the laughable expectation that one could have, okay? You could sooner prove to the entire world, okay, that I don't know. You could sooner prove to flat earthists that the earth is actually round, all right, than get companies to start working together. That's how much of a monumental task you're asking. So again, the utility wasn't there. The funny utility that I heard of, this one made me laugh, real estate. You could prove that you owned a house. Now, this sounds kind of cool, except we already have this. We already have deeds. But think about how dumb this idea is. Imagine living in a world where you could literally get doxxed from the blockchain. People know what your address is, your wallets are. They could look up the deed NFT and prove exactly what your address is. Do you want to live in a world where you actually don't have any privacy? So, of course, that use case got dropped out. You see where we're going with this? Utility does not exist for these NFTs. They never have, and honestly, given the trajectory, they never will. If anything, NFTs served one great purpose, and that was for scammers to scam their audiences. That's it. You know, for the last 2-3 years, you could ask anybody in this space, anybody looking into it. Me, CoffeeZilla, Barely Sociable, ZachXBT, Atozy, Charlie, Moist Critical. You could ask anybody. We all looked at NFTs. We all looked at the crypto boom. And nearly every influencer involved with it was riding the wave, okay? They were buying NFTs like crazy, telling their audience to buy a Bored Ape, buy a Mutant Ape, buy something. Get on the train. So these guys would inadvertently be advertising or be paid advertisement fees for promoting NFTs, or sometimes even given an NFT for free. Their audience would buy an NFT for hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. And then when the project doesn't materialize, when it collapses, the value goes to zero. The influencer made their money. The audience member lost it. You know, the same shit goes for anything. We looked at the Bored Apes Other Side metaverse. Where is it? Remember we looked at that a while back? The Bored Apes metaverse that tens of thousands of people could buy land on and join this universe. Where is it? You know, fucking World of Warcraft exists, GTA Online exists, Final Fantasy, 14 Online exists. The Other Side metaverse, I'm still waiting for it. A long while back, I looked at Earth 2.0. Where is Earth 2.0? Fucking Star Citizen will come out faster than Earth 2.0. So, again, with all these NFT projects, where are they? They haven't materialized. And honestly, they never will. The ideas, the questions that NFTs want to answer have already been answered. You know, what if you could join a world where you could interact and play games with each other? You mean like an MMO? The technology that's been existent since even the mid-90s, the late 90s? Wow. That question, you were trying to solve that one? Okay. Everything else that I listed in the first 6 minutes of this video, were you trying to solve the real estate question, digital ownership? That never got answered. So, ladies and gentlemen, NFTs, as of now, and they have been for months. I don't know why this has been why this has been a topic of discussion again. They have no value. You know, 95% of NFTs losing their value, that still means 4% of NFTs have yet to lose their value, okay? It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, non-fungible tokens really had nowhere to go to. If you were somebody that was, and I'm going to say it as brutally honest as I can, if you were actually that fucking stupid, okay, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I've said this a million times, if you were so stupid as to buy a digital image of a monkey, expecting that it would balloon in value and you would be buying mansions and Lamborghinis, you're an actual idiot, okay? You are actually a moron. You need to be medically assessed because the level of stupidity you showcased buying those monkeys, unironically, You know, without any shady financial gain, being an influencer, if you were dumb enough to buy that shit, you need to be medically examined, okay? Your brain needs to be assessed. That's what we're talking about here with NFTs. And it's just brutally as honest as I can say it. When this shit first dropped, I immediately called it a scam. I did. It was Beanie Babies. It was nonsense. There was no utility to it. And the same could be said with a lot of cryptocurrency stuff. When you have no utility, okay? Why do you, when you go to the store with like cold hard cash, like dollar bills, what do those dollar bills do? They let you buy something at the store. How many things can you buy with Tits Coin, Save the Kids token, Ass Coin, FTX token? Nothing. Because you're just supposed to have it sit in an account accumulating speculative value. That's it. There's nothing that you're using. There's no utility. When you buy a monkey image, what are you getting out of it? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. But I could honestly wager $1,000,000 right now. You'll never find a actual valid financial advisor telling you to buy a stupid image, some crypto image, some NFT nonsense. So yeah, the market's crashed. It's dead, and it'll never actually come back. I'll bet my left and right nuts right now that the NFT market will never actually come back. For all the game companies like Square Enix that sold actual IPs for NFTs, they're fucking regretting it. When you look at companies like Ubisoft that were pushing NFTs hard and now they're worth nothing, yeah, they're regretting it. But again, it's going to take like a year or two before all of the stuff truly dies out. But I called it years ago. Everyone called it years ago. And we're not Nostradamuses for telling you this. We just had a synapse in our head fire off. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you were unfortunately the ones to get caught in losing your money in NFT mania and now they're worth nothing, hope you learned something. God damn. Woo. Hope you didn't lose everything in the process. Jesus Christ. But ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 video tomorrow. Watch out for that one. I'm out.